Hey everyone, welcome to this edition of Work in Process. How do you plan a week while keeping it balanced, flexible, and still get results? What I use is my H3 framework and a quick SWOT analysis. I'm going to go more into the H3 framework in another post beginning of next week and a longer blog post to go with that. But briefly, H3 stands for head, hands, and heart. Head being the planning, strategy, and learning, hands being making, doing, building, heart, storytelling, connection, and reflection. I try to put all of my work into this framework. Taking it up on another level, I have weekly themes of head, hands, or heart, this week being a head week. Why map out a week in advance? Well, it keeps my content balanced. It's easier to pivot midweek, and it ensures that each H3 focus gets its turn. Now for a quick look of how I track this in Notion. This is my full content calendar. This is how I track it. I look at upcoming. This is the work in process that I'm recording right now, which segment it's for, its status, ready to edit, short format, and then the H3 focus. And so you can see this is my head week that I'm in right now, and I need to plan my hands week next week. Now for my quick SWOT analysis of this process. Strengths, I have a very clear theme in mind going into the week. Switching between head, hands, heart allows me to have an overarching theme for the week and then build topics of discussion within that. I can plan things out a little bit better in advance. I can project further out this way too. Weaknesses, I have to make sure I'm staying that week ahead. So I don't fully have next week's hands week figured out just yet, although I'm working on that in the background. Opportunities, my topic for this Sunday's Show Your Work could open up the door to some other business, some new clientele based on the material that I'm going to present. Threats, this Friday's Maker's Take could end up competing in similar spaces, stationary content. I'm doing a Maker's Take on the pencil and notebooks, using these as thinking tools, but it's going to be in a space that has a lot of content out there already. All right, back to head week. Planning is a form of making, only instead of wood or metal, I'm shaping clarity. So how do you plan your creative weeks? Do you do a SWOT analysis? Do you check the strengths and weaknesses of your plan? Or do you just dive in head first? I'm interested in your comments. Put them down below, and I'd love to get engaged in the conversation with you. Till next time, remember, we're all works in process.
You wanted to say all works in process, right?
Alexa,